Welcome to the Mental Health Show. My name is Shamika Sounds. I'm back in the building, guys. After all this time, I know that we had a good day, and I also had a good time. So I'm enjoying myself today, and I hope you are enjoying yourself as well. So today we're gonna be talking about how your fate works with your mental health, and I learned about navigating my life, navigating my mental health differently, and sometimes we have to navigate our mental health in a different perspective, our way of thinking. And certain people think about our lifestyle as generate and reflection of our own identity. And yes, 2 weeks ago, 2 Thursdays ago, I was at the Sunset Park Library. Big up to the Sunset Park Library in Brooklyn, over by Fourth Avenue, and I did some production there. As I was doing some camera in the studio where I was doing some production music, and I'm working on a new track, and it's gonna be on this episode of the show. So I just want you guys to share the love. And yesterday was my pop's birthday, and I asked him. I said, "Happy birthday, pops." He said, "Thank you." I said, "No problem." I said, "What you did for your birthday?" He was like, I don't know. I was relaxed." I said, "You should go out and have fun and go out to eat or something." And how your fate works, how you navigate your fate. And sometimes when you navigate your fate is about understanding your purpose and how it feels and how you do certain things. And when you navigate certain things, like I'm navigating myself to push harder, but sometimes I can't push harder because I'm pushing back. And when you push back, it's like I'm sitting back and I'm relaxing. I'm enjoying the vacation that I have. And then when you come back to do your work, it's more reflection on that. And one of the things that reflect me the most in mental health is relationship. And you have to understand relationship is you gotta show the love. The love of the relationship is like the narrow of your mind down, and you narrate your relationship by your what improvement of love and how you love a person and how you respect the person. Sometimes when you respect somebody in your life, it's about learning how to show that kindness in your heart. And yesterday I was on my way home from I went to 34th Street. I was over at Hudson Yard by the mall yesterday, and I had to do some photo shoot pictures. And I actually do on the side, I actually model, and I've been doing that. I've been taking selfies of myself at malls and dressing up professionally, taking selfie pictures and post them on my Instagram and my Facebook. And just to just to pick up a side, modeling, you pick up a side hustle right there. You feel me saying? Right. So out of all the modeling things I've been posting on my YouTube, I actually gained about 10 subscribers from that. And it's been a blessing. It's been an improvement how I show myself and how I conduct myself differently. And sometimes you have to understand this. I have a birthday coming up this month. Oh, thank you. And I'll be 34. I'll be 34 years old on this earth. And my birthday is a very special day because it will be a year that I came out as a heterosexual, and it will be a year. It will be 6 years as being sober, and I'm celebrating that. As I develop in my mental health, I develop in doing this show and doing and spreading the awareness to the community because I went through it. I watched my mom struggle with it. And when you go through certain things in your life, it's about respect and not the disrespect of the community. So we have to understand the community is based on love and affection. And I said to people, when you love somebody, you can't hold back grudge. You feel what I'm saying? Let me say that one more time. When you love somebody, you can't hold back some grudge because you have to understand how your true colors are. And sometimes your true colors will get to you in a pattern and a principle way of your thinking and how you think about what you're doing and how you do certain things. And it's like, yo, listen, I understand when I narrow down my freedom, when I narrow down my speech, when I narrow down my amendment right, if I narrow down myself to prepare myself for different values, I'm gonna narrate it. But sometimes you have to understand you gotta be careful what you talk and how you talk. Let me say that again. You gotta be careful how you talk and what you talk about. Because when you talk about certain people, you're not gonna understand this story of what it is that you're comprehended of and what you're more grateful of or thankful for. And the thing about it is I understand in life we all have faith works. We all have navigation system. We all have a pattern and principles of our life. And sometimes your lifestyle is how you develop and how you make make the community build. And it's like when I build a community, I'm like, listen, I'm not listen. I'm building a community. Sometimes the community is a place of healing, is a place of understanding, is a place of feedback. But sometimes your feedback it guarantees criticism in that feedback. You feel what I'm saying? And one thing that you understand is that you learn about believing in your wellness. And this is what wellness is about. Basketball wellness is about understanding your peace of mind and understand who you are as a person. And I'm like, when you look at the levels of your soul, you look at the levels of your ability to develop. I'm going to develop in a way of thinking, and I'm gonna develop in a way of understanding and learning my peace and learning what I have to do to make peace work. And sometimes the peace work is the peacemaker of your own life. And I tell people, when you make the peacemaker of your own life, you develop a new extending of mental health. And this is what I want to talk about today. In the episode is when you make a podcast of mental health. I'm gonna be doing a podcast coming out soon. It's called Yahweh, and I think it's Yahweh and how your faith works in mental health. So Yahweh means blessing, and Yahweh means faith. And let me say again, Yahweh means blessing and Yahweh means faith, because sometimes you have to understand your principles and what you do and how you do certain things, and meditate how you believe and how you look at it in a different value of understanding your mental health differently. And the reason why I understand when you feel like your lifestyle is right and your lifestyle ain't wrong. But it's like I'm building up my own character, but my character is how I navigate things. And if I build up my understanding, it's how I navigate my system and how I could try better things. But you gotta understand your values of love, it comes by actions. It comes by showing the affection of who you are as a person. But I feel that your personality in that love is you setting back for setbacks, and you setting back for setback because you feel like a person doesn't care about your feelings and how they will do certain things. And I think when I was at the Guitar Center on Fulton Street, I told the security guy, I said, I like the new location. And I said, because of me, I had to help them move, because it was a lot of issues at the mall when I used to come in the mall all the time. And I used to go in the store, and the workers them used to tell me I couldn't do certain things there. I couldn't record my sound. I couldn't do certain things there. And I had to end up, they said I had to pay $10 an hour for me to, do just a sound, just record a sound, and do what I could do at the store. And the manager that know me, he said, I understand where you're coming from, and we gonna have to move to another location. And when they moved to Fulton Street and Flatbush, you could check them out. Fulton Street and Flatbush, they built up a foundation where they allow people to come in and rehearse, and they allow people to rehearse their music, because music is a part of mental health, and music is a part of the success of the sound of it. And my sound beat is the R&B, jazz, gospel. Yeah, and then you got the little reggae in it and the dancehall, ba 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 ba, and you know what I'm saying. So when I type of beat with my mental health good, it make me feel sensational in my life. And right after this, I'm going to Queens. Actually, I'm going over by Queens Center Mall in about, like, after I finish the show. And when I go there, I feel the mental health warm in the community. I feel like people, respect me there. And I ain't tell you guys this, right? I'm putting together a Yahweh Methodist Wellness Club. It's a club where people could come in and relax and meditate. And I didn't tell you guys that because a lot of people don't have to understand Yahweh and what you call meditation spiritual club is a club where you come and build community. And this is what I'm doing. I love to build community, and the wellness of my heart is to come in and understand the principles of what we're doing as far as building up success of the world. And when our success of the world comes to you, you can't just come in there crying like a look something wrong with you. You can't come crying. You have to lift your spirit up in certain things. When you lift your spirit up, it's like, I'm trying to deal with it in a different value. And that's the reason why you're working on developing a pathway for yourself. And how you develop a pathway is how you put together your mental health in a different view. You feel me? And a different view is how you put yourself in a different perspective of your own life and your own curriculum. You know, my mom always say, my mother always say, what you do unto others go always reflect back to you. And the kindness of the world always have a right of coming back to you. And if you do evil unto people, it's gonna come back to you. You know what I'm saying? Because when you do evil and mental health, the evilness gonna come right back to you. Because when you say something, certain things that you don't want to mean to say, it's gonna have to always reflect on you, who you are as a person. But my lifestyle as mental health is you come together and you learn from your patterns and principles. So how your fate works in mental health, and this is a question to answer: how your fate works in mental health. And I'm going to read this to you. When you narrow your mind down on your choice of relationship to believe that your match of finding peace in your growth of your own life, to believe in your fate. As a believer, people narrow their choices of circle of friends. Listen, let me stop, pause that. People narrate their choice of friends and who they hang out with. And certain people that can hang out with people that drug dealers, certain people that hang out with people that have smoked weed. Some people want to hang out with people that want to do crime and tribulation. Some people want to hang out with people that want to join gangs and relate to certain people. Some people want to hang out with people that's more laid back in mental health wise. And I tell people, you have a choice of making a choice of changing that life. And you got to narrow it down to one thing, is to change your mental health differences. And the thing about mental health differences is that when you learn about changing your mental health differences, it's about learning your thoughts and how your thoughts could reflect on your peace of mind. And your peace of mind is that you have to narrow down to one thing that helps you out. And the thing about it is, as a believer, you narrow down your choice, and whatever your choice is, the person have to either help you support your choice or help you support your choice or help you with certain things that you want to understand and narrow down. You know what I'm saying? But when I narrow down my voice and narrow down my actions, I have to narrow it down in a different perspective of who I am as a person and as a creativity person. And sometimes your creativity, it comes by learning the thoughts of who you are. And the thoughts is like, nah, I'm gonna sit back and relax. Nah, I'm not gonna sit back and relax. I'm gonna speak the truth and speak it how it is. But sometimes when I speak the truth will always have a right of coming back to me too. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand, certain things that you're doing in your life is about learning your facts and learning how to talk and learning how to express yourself in different values. And that's what how faith works in my mental health and my mental health lifestyle. Let's continue. All right, so basketball wellness is about having the belief in your heart to accept your fate with your mental health. The guidelines of the circle is to believe in yourself, to understand your life, to build your narrow path. When I have an opportunity that makes a positive change in my life, that will build the foundation up and learn how to develop your freedom. And this is what it is. You gotta develop your freedom in a choice. Let me say it one time. You gotta develop in a freedom of a choice. And your choice of freedom determines how you socialize your life and how you socialize yourself. And when you socialize yourself, it's about developing the clues of how you develop in your own identity. And that's what it is. Identity is your choice. And whoever you choose, that's who you want to be with. Whoever you don't choose, that's who you don't want to be with. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people have feelings for somebody. I know there's a person who's incarcerated. Right? How many are incarcerated in jail right now, and you need a change of your heart? Raise your hand. How many person who's incarcerated in jail? Raise your hand. I know somebody's incarcerated and they need some change. They need some help. They need some mental health. Q1810. Um quote. Let me. Okay. All right. Let me give it to you. So the people that's incarcerated behind bars and you're looking for a relationship, find the choice of your actions. find a choice of a person in your life that you want to be spend the rest of your life and who you want to be married to. Because there's certain people that you encounter and you do life. Some people doing 4 years and 10 years, and they find somebody and they find somebody they meet outside of prison, and they come out. When they come out, they go back to their ex. They go back to their baby moms. They go back no, they go back to their baby moms, and they go back to their ex because they feel like their baby moms more held them down than their new girlfriend them or boyfriend them. You know what I'm saying? Or partner. But at the end of the day, when you learn about your faith, you learn about how your mental health could change your actions and what your actions could reflect on you as a person. But your personality of changes, your different mindset develops into two states, two states of choice. And whatever your choice is, you got to narrow it down to one. Uh-huh. I'm gonna say one. You gotta narrow it down to one because your life and your patterns will develop you into your own understanding and how you develop your choice and how you choose to develop that. You know what I'm saying? So you develop your choice in what direction, and following direction is the key of what life. But your lifestyle and what are you doing to get that direction is that you can't change certain people. You gotta change yourself. You can't change certain people in directions. You gotta learn to change yourself and know how to understand your position of how to develop your battle rhythm. And sometimes your battle rhythm is how your fate works, and your understanding is how your fate works. Your principality is how your fate works. And sometimes your fate has a position where people could change, and people have choices. People have choices in life, but your choice in life is for you to change your own identity, and that's what it is. But the believer of yourself is to learn how to develop your state of mind. And that's the choice. That's your choice how you make and how you develop that choice. And whatever your choice is the choice that you choose to live. You know what I'm saying? Mental health wise, you develop yourself in a right direction, but your direction comes by the word truth. And when your word truth is your lifestyle, is how you preach and teach certain things. Wherever the minister, your pastors are teaching about in your life, you got to apply it. But you don't apply it because your mental is different, because you're not applying it to what you're trying to do in your life and your creativity. You don't apply certain things in your life because you feel like, okay, I'm gonna hear the pastor's teachings, and you're not gonna apply it. Sometimes you're not gonna apply it because you're looking at the pastor in a different way. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at the minister in a different way because you're not applying it to your life. And certain things that you're doing is a cycle that you have to change too, because you feel like your lifestyle is about developing a brain for you to build up the tool of your life. But sometimes your tool is freedom, and freedom of the truth. But when you learn to develop your faith in works, you have to learn how to build up a foundation of your life, build up the foundation of the truth. But your foundation of the truth is that you can develop yourself in a different patterns and principles and precepts of your life. But if you don't understand the truth of your life, it's about learning the facts to deliver what you're going through and how you're gonna get to that position. I came in here with a nice cut. Thank you. You see, I cut it myself. That's a new look for me. That's a new look right here. You give me a new cut. Yeah, I cut my hair myself because I ain't want to spend $25 every 2 weeks for a haircut. I'm gonna be honest with you. I cut my hair myself because I believe in myself. I believe in the faith of works of mental health. I believe in the freedom of mental health. But sometimes my freedom it has consequences. Oh, let me say that again. Sometimes your freedom has consequences, and sometimes your consequences will always have a right of coming back to you. You know what I'm saying? So your consequences will always have a right of coming back to you because you have to learn how to develop yourself in the different patterns and principles and precepts of your life, right? So let's continue. The one thing I learned about my faith works is to teach your faith to your friends and get them to narrow their beliefs into patterns and principles, and learn that our faith in mental health develops into how people treat people based upon their beliefs and their skin color, and choosing the right man or the right woman to date. And these are the things that I want you to copy down real quick. And these are the let me tell you, these are the 6 things I want to tell you. Write this down. Number 1, create your self-esteem based upon your beliefs. You know what I mean? All right. Number 1, create your self-esteem your self-esteem based upon your beliefs. Number two, create your faith based upon your values. Number three, your values is based upon your faith that impacts your values. Number four, mental comes from your faith in your own values. And number five, your faith breaks down your values into patterns. I have a special faith, and as a six, I have a special faith that you are interested that you have to follow tough through a team that to believe in you. And sometimes when you believe in a team, you believe in a team of values of understanding and strength. And I'm gonna write this down: values, understanding, and strength. So values of understanding is to believe in a growth that can change you and that can make you whole and that can make you different. But sometimes let me say one of the sometimes your freedom has rights to your own mouth and your own truth of how you talk. You feel what I'm saying? And the thing about talking is that your skills and how you develop your skills it's gonna have a commitment that you have to make for your relationship. And those of you who are concentrating, I have a message for you. You gotta make a commitment to the relationship, whether you want to be with somebody or you don't want to be with somebody. Because if you say you move on with a person, the person doesn't believe that you moved on because you still have feelings for somebody else. And the thing about mental health is that you could believe yourself to understand you still have feelings for somebody else, and they incarcerated and they messed up because you put them in prison. You put them in that position because you make them lose their freedom to their own kids, and you make them put themselves in that predicament because you feel like, oh, when they're locked up, they will learn a lesson. No, when they're locked up, they're not gonna learn a lesson because they're gonna do the same thing in lockup. You feel what I'm saying? They're gonna do the same thing. How they fate will work is how their mental health will stay in mind will work. And sometimes your mental health stay in mind will work is how you believe and how you trust in yourself to make a decision based upon your actions. And your actions will always have a right of telling you certain things that you don't want to hear. And sometimes your belief is what you receive, and how you receive it is how you understand it. You know what I'm saying? But if you understand certain things, it's how you look at it in a different pattern and look at it in a different principle. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. Let's continue. To make a commitment to do the right decision that can help you grow, but in wonders of doing the wrong thing by getting into a toxic relationship where drugs are involved, that what makes mental health a struggle for people because drugs are involved. And a lot of people struggle with taking drugs because they learn that drugs it could affect their brain and it could affect their heart. And the thing about their brain, their heart, when they smoke the weed, the heart starting to pump a lot of oxygen, but the brain this decide to turn uh, into an intoxicated head. And their brain, when you get high, your brain turns intoxicated, but your heart is pumping up a lot of stress in your heart that you can't take and you can't handle. You know what I'm saying? Because when you inhale the weed, it makes you high and make you think different. They make you think like that. They make you think like the devil think. And sometimes the devil have a chance to tell you certain things that you don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying? But when you're facing the world, you're facing it as the world has turned. But the world has turned is how you develop yourself in a different direction, and your direction is we can't fix whatever the cost of it is fix. You can't say what you feel like you want to say. You can't do what you really want to do because what you do unto others is gonna have an effect on your ability to cope with certain things in your mental health wide state. And the thing about it is we can't deal with patterns and principles of your own precept of your own identity because your identity comes by fixing certain aspects of your own career. And this is what it is. Your career is fixing up your own principles of your access because your access is your tone of how you talk and how you develop. And that's what it is, right? You're right. Let's continue. All right, let's continue. We talked about mental health conference and that I will be the host of, and I have grown up to 1,906 subscribers on YouTube. This mental health conference will show me what your thoughts and prayers are, and what and you have a great future ahead of your mental journey. And three things I want to share with you. Number one, keep your head high and stay focused on positive aspects that believes you can make your journey. Rebuild your mental health to guide through thoughts on your journey. Keep your mental health into your future values. The reflection of mental health, write these thoughts down of mental health. Number one, how big is your box of potential friends? How you make it smaller by excluding anyone? How can you start doing what? How can you start doing that today? Be specific. How can you do that today? Be specific. And the one thing you have to understand that how can you be specific on certain things you want to do today? You want to change your heart. You want to change certain people. You wanna share a story, share a testimony on how you got changed. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta understand, your cycle and your mental cycle is about developing a change and choosing you and choosing who you are as a person. But my personality is how I grow is how I develop, and how I develop is how you pursue something. But when you pursue something, it's more a tool that you could bring and that you could develop in your own identity and your own thoughts. And sometimes your thoughts have a mind of telling you certain things that you don't want to hear, and that's what it is. But my thought is change will come into development. Right now, change will have a right of coming back to development because when you change your own criticism and you change your own lifestyle, always have a right to tell you certain things that you don't want to hear. All right, let's go into. All right, let's go into this. Three things right here. The reflection of your faith that makes right choices on relationships equals to remove unpopular friends from your circle equals to make your relationship stronger and better to build your friendship. Number two, make your reflection stronger by sharing your thoughts equals sharing your patterns with others in your journey and equals to achieve your success, your goals will come true. Renew your confidence in your ability to grow to achieve your 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 pro your what do you call it your all right to achieve your to achieve your no, wait. To achieve your potential in developing your journey to success. To learn equals to learn more from your journey. And the thing about it is, in this chapter, mental training is the following steps to improve yourself in mental health. Number one, don't stop any feelings towards your haters. Don't show any feelings to your haters. Our, our glorious journey is to build your brand to become successful. Discuss the challenges of mental health journey with platform development. And an action plan is to look at the smaller box and you could find to look at the small box and you could keep your mental health somewhere where it remains you. You to treat everyone with love and always. Number one, mental health confidence theme is to build your brand and become successful. Day one, in relationship talks about mental and it features one of my good closest mentor and good one of my good closest mentor that will be on the podcast. Her name is Kiana Charles. She'll be doing a podcast with me about relationship and mental health. And she's an expert of relationship because she's married and she has a husband and she has children and she's married. And the thing about it is, marriage is about consequences and no, wait, commitment and consequences in your marriage that you reflect. It reflects your mental health. And some people don't understand that when you're married to somebody, it reflects your mental health. When you're married to your husband have a tendency to go back to his old dirty ways and leave you home and go party and go drink a beer and come home drunk and want to have sex with you to get you pregnant again. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you gotta know how to block that, and remove yourself from that so you could be holy and righteous in your own faith. But sometimes your faith works in different ways. Your faith works in mysterious ways because your faith has a pattern that could change your ability to grow. All right, let's finish. So the important guest will announce. My aunt Latoya will give a special mental health meditation, and mean a special health meditation mean a special word of encouragement. Day two is a session where special guests to be announced healing, detox sections, workshop sessions, feature a special guest, a young lady to be announced. And day three, leadership meeting without mental health. And day four, sessions will be performed by artists. And day five and five basketball game activities and refreshment will be served and available. Also, basketball wellness products will be available to buy and purchase. Tickets will all be available on the Basketball Wellness website that's coming to your area soon. So please be advised, there will be a special event on October 27th of the Mental Health Show. It will be my birthday, and I will be sharing my birthday message and on marriage and faithfulness in finding the perfect marriage. And the values of reflection is to develop a goal and keep in mind focus on your own happiness and dedicate to your mental health. Teach yourself how to ride a scooter or electrical scooter to develop your skills. All right. My quote is develop your mind to focus on your body language and develop into your mind. And the thing about develop into my mind is develop the course of my mind. And my mind is about learning the truth and learning the faction of the truth. And one thing I want to share with you is that your mental health comes by defining the peace of mind of what you're going to do and what's going to happen. And we come on the show and you saying, okay, I come on the show and I'm feeling like America is gonna change. Yeah, it's gonna change, but you have to go out and make that choice to change. And this is how your faith works. Your faith works mental is how you change your own curriculum and your own lifestyle. And this is what it is. When you change your lifestyle, your whole fiction comes to a beginning. Your whole fiction comes to a pattern where your precepts is heard. Where your patterns and precepts are heard and your patterns and precepts are connected. But sometimes your patterns and precepts are connected because you're not connected. And when you're not connected, the person is not connected because you feel like, okay, I will feel the difference of my life. I will feel the difference of what I'm doing and how I'm going to do certain things. But it depends on how we communicate and how we fulfill our goals and opportunity. But the communication is that our marriage and our relationship it's two different things because people get involved in a relationship and that's not a problem. That's between you and the person. But the person feels like, okay, I need to get involved because I'm concerned about my friend. If you're concerned about your friend, you should respect the friend's wishes and stay out of the person's relationship. And that's what that will make the true colors, right? hmm let's continue. Develop your own voice of mental health. Develop your peace of mind to prepare yourself for newer realities and responsibilities to being a parent of a conference that will allow the young generation to develop into a team member and who can make a positive change and put in creating a building environment. The cornerstone of this conference is to create clubs and and community development and learning opportunities that can help to increase others to become strong entrepreneur leaders and and mentors in young generations to humble themselves by being stronger and leaders into their community. And sometimes when we are leading our community, we lead our community in a different direction. But your direction is strength. Your direction is building up encouragement of strength. And sometimes your strength have ability to make decisions for your own tools. And sometimes your tools have a right of changing your success in your salvation. Sometimes your success is different because you have to change your own life and your own curriculum and by choosing who you are and choosing your thoughts of who you are. And sometimes your thoughts can have a manifest power of how we do certain things, right? And let me read. To leveraging your knowledge is to create your passion in society, organizations that believes in your community. Shamika Samuels, right? So this is what we talk about. All right. So next week we're gonna talk about how to neglect, how to navigate your mental health mistakes, and the neglect of it is the narrative of mental health is to review your actions in order to grow and improve on your self goals, and your self acceptance of your own actions to make yourself work and improve yourself, right? So that's what we're working on. That's what we're working with for now. So let's talk. I love to talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. We're gonna talk real quick, and I'm gonna put this away and let me talk real quick. Let's talk. So I'm gonna I'm gonna look at. So mental health is about creating your own ability to see how your fate works. My fate works in learning how to step into my line. And when I get up, I step into my line differently. Sometimes we look at reality and we look at the work of who we are as a person. If I slide to the right of my camera, I understand my fate works by what? Developing a sign of what it is that I'm lurking with. But sometimes I have to come back to the line of where I started because my faith is different places. But you have to keep in one space for you to be what? So you to have what? Ability to think what clearly. But your clearly is we could have ability to act up in our different routes and how our different routes could reflect on your ability to grow. And your ability to grow is how you level what they call it, levelizing your thoughts in a different what perspective, right? So when you levelize your thoughts in a different perspective of your own life. And sometimes your lifestyle has a pattern to it and has a principle to it because you have to believe in what you are achieving for. And what you're achieving is what you believe for, right? You believe for a change. But your change is when you look at mental health, you look at the dividing of it and how you divide it differently. But sometimes you have to understand the structure of it and how you grow. And how you grow is how you develop. But I'm going to develop it differently, bro. But if I develop it differently, I have to learn how to cope with my situation for me to grow. But sometimes when you grow, it's about learning the truth of what it is that your mental health is stating, right? But I state this and I state that. But if I state certain things in my life, I gotta know when to forgive and know when to move forward. So let's say I have an extra chair here, and I put the person, I do this. So I said to the person, "How you feel about your development mental health?" Oh, okay. They don't have an answer to me. Oh, they don't have an answer. Okay, how is your fate work? No, they don't have an answer. How's your relation work? They have nothing because at the day you're speaking to what? You guess it's your imaginary friend, right? But sometimes your imaginary friend say nothing because you're holding the mic and the person said, where what we doing? How we gonna get to that person? Okay, so we could think about what it is that we're thankful for, but we're looking at how your fate works, and you're talking to somebody that you don't even know. Okay, okay, how's your fate work? How do your fate work? I can't hear what you said. So how your fate work? I can't. Oh, what? Okay, but my fate works in different ways because I have different what expectations of how my fate works, right? But my fate works in one direction. But the person said, "How do your fate occur in your situation?" Oh, I don't know. I don't know what my fate works. But my fate is in developing a choice that I should what? I should learn from my mistakes, right? But if I learn from my mistake, what? I can't understand what you're saying. Okay, so my fate is what? My fate is what? Develop what? Opportunity for what? Newer what? Things. But my things is what? Re-strategizing. And when you're strategizing, you can't say I'm talking to myself and you're looking back at you're looking back on what you're doing. I say what? Oh what? I can't. I don't understand this. What? Okay. I'm gonna make it clear for you. But my clarification is my mental is about spiritual values and how I develop myself. But my develop myself is what? Learning how to what? Not talk to myself and learn how to what? Focus on what my inner growth is and my inner line is. Because I told my brother on the Bluetooth headphones, I told him, I said, the enemy have a chance of ripping your line apart if you're serving the enemy or you're serving the mental health. But if you're serving the mental health, the enemy come and attack the mental health in a different direction. But sometimes the enemy come and you're facing your problems like the devil because you said, I'm learning how to fight something and you're fighting it and you're stuck in the middle of whatever the issue is. But the thing about it is I'm like, yo, listen, I'm tired. I'm tired, and I want to relax. But if you try to relax, you're not gonna get that a feeling of you're not gonna get the feeling of what you're relaxing and what you're believing for. And sometimes you're believing for different things, and you're not gonna get it. And when you say that person hearing your conversation, oh, you sitting on your couch at home, and you laying back like this. You sitting back, you laying back. You stretch your foot out like this, and when you stretch your foot out like this, you got your headphones, your ears, and the person staring at you in the window, and said, let me just chill and let me just relax real quick. Nah. And they hearing you talking your headphones, and they hearing you speaking a conversation that they're not supposed to be involved in, and they wanna walk up and down. They wanna do this on the floor. Um, they wanna argue. I don't care. Hi, hi. They don't care because at the end of the day, they don't have a respect for you and a person. But if you sit back and say, let the mental health do his work, I'm gonna let the mental health do my trick. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna start singing a song. And when I sing a song, I'm like, yeah. And when I start singing it, and the person start doing this because they don't have no respect for you, huh? Because you allowing that person to control your mind. You allow that person to control your mind because the person it doesn't have respect for you. You allow the person to control your mind. But the thing about it is, you don't understand the person's reflection. Because the reflection of mental health is how your faith works. And how do your faith work if you don't have the ability to try different things, right? And sometimes you allow yourself to focus on the negative, and you don't reverse it to the positive. And sometimes you're turning back and saying, how your mental health works. Oh, I'm sitting right here. Okay, okay, and I'm talking to myself, or I'm talking to the camera. Which one I'm talking to? Okay, and how I'm gonna reflect on somebody. Okay, oh, I understand this one now. Okay, so the person was like, oh, I'm talking to you, but you're not understanding me. But I'm talking to you, but you're not understanding me. And sometimes when you don't, when you talking to somebody and they don't understand you, you don't keep repeating yourself. How you have it? How it works? Your reflection is what? Oh, the plan of what? Change your life? Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna get up and say I'm gonna change my life, and I'm gonna get up. And when I get up, I sit back down. And I sit back down, I'm like, listen, I'm gonna change my life. And when I sit back down, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit back down. I'm gonna sit back down. I sit back down again, and I stand up again. And when I stand up again, I'm like, what? Why I'm so confused? Why I'm so confused? And I'm sitting down. I'm like, why I'm so confused in my mental health? But I'm sitting down again, and I'm like, my reflection change, a shift because I'm sitting down. But if I stand up, you feel the breeze of the shift. But if I sit down, you don't feel the breeze. But if I walk away, I'm gonna walk away. But how I'm gonna reflect on my life if I'm still dealing with somebody else's problems and it's not my problem? You know what I'm saying? Because you're stuck in the problem that you don't want to get out of, right? Because you allow yourself to get involved in other people's business but not your own. because you're stuck in a gadget. You're standing up, and then when you stand up, you walk towards the camera, and you stare at the camera. You're like, this is what it is for me to be developing. And when I develop myself, I gotta learn how to step to what my what step to my ground, because my ground is what the feeling of my heart though. But if I walk back to my bridge, I gotta walk back to my bridge of what reflection. But my bridge of reflection is how I could talk and how I step to my ground. But my ground is what we do and how we develop. But the development of ground is a rock of what your situation is. This is you. This is you. This is what your rock is. It is you. And this is what you're carrying. This is you. This is you. Be honest, this is you. And what you're carrying? You're carrying the burden of a person's relationship. This is you. And you're carrying the burden problem relationship. Because you the issue. And when they throw it back in your face, you're gonna know what they doing to you. Because you don't understand, when you walk in your fake works, you gotta realize you gotta push your old toxic out and put the new in. But I can't understand you. How your fate works? How you gonna do it? Okay, I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk to you. Can I talk to you real quick? Can I express myself to you? Okay, what and how you feel? That's the problem, because you don't you're talking to somebody that you don't even know. Talking to yourself, that's different than talking in your headphones though. People don't realize that. Because when I talk on my Bluetooth, my friends tell me talking in your headphones is much better than talking to yourself. Because when you're talking to yourself, people gonna say, "Who you talking to? Who you talking to? I'm talking to the dead wall." Oh, how your fate works? Okay, and how you do? How you doing with that? Okay, I'm structuring my balance right. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about, huh? Okay, I can hear what you're saying, but you're not focusing on what I'm doing. But you want to be in everybody's business, but you don't know when to shut up and mind your business though. That's the thing. You sitting, you walk, you stomping on the floor, and you're standing up like this, right? You're standing up, and when you stand up, you're walking towards the door, and you're hearing what the person's saying like this, and you're like, what? Who? What's going on? What I'm doing? What? Okay, man, what? How my fate work? How I'm doing? Okay, I'm walking back. Okay, I'm sitting down. I'm running back. I'm running back because you are in everybody's conversation and you don't know where to focus on your own relationship problems because you're living in a toxic one. You don't know how to 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 delete your own lifestyle and put a new one in. You don't know how to delete it though. Because everybody problems, you don't know how to focus on yours. How do you relate to that? How do you relate to somebody telling you certain things that you don't want to hear? How can you relate to that situation? Because you allow people to get to your position. You allow people to get on your nerves. You allow people to get to your tools of life. But how can you develop that? Because you want to be stupid enough to know the facts of life. But the facts of life is when you don't learn certain things, you're not gonna able to deliver. You're not gonna able to deliver it properly. Because you're walking into somebody's problems that you don't want to handle. You can't feel that breakthrough in your mental until you fix your old toxic relationship. You can't move on to somebody else until you fix the old thing that's going on. Sometimes you're like, oh, how my fate works. What, man? What? What? I'm talking to you. You arguing with me for what? What are you arguing with me? You want to stop arguing with me so I could get to understand what you're saying. Stop being goofy. You're being goofy right now because you're not understanding where I'm coming from as a person. But you're being goofy because I'm talking to you as a respectful person, but you're being goofy. What? I can hear what you're saying, but what is it that I have to do for me to get to the point for understand you? But you can't get up and walk away. You gotta listen, and that's the habit that Relationship. I have the same habit though. Let me talk. I have the same habit. I like to get up and walk away when my girl talking to me. Real talk. I'm not. My girl talking to me. I'm like, yo, I'm walking off. I'm like, yo, bye, see ya. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna dub it out. I'm gonna do me, boo. Bye, bye, bye. I'm gonna say bye. I'm gonna do me, boo. All right, I'm gonna dub it out. Feel me? I'm gonna walk and dub it out. I'm like, feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna dub it out though. I'm gonna say, why I have to sit here? What you have to say? But when I talk, it's a problem to you when I talk. But when my relationship don't work out for you, you wanna talk to me now. But when I talk to you, you don't have a clue what I'm saying. I'm gonna say, listen. Why I have to be in that predicament? How my fate works, huh? What? 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 How my fate works? What? I can't hear what you're saying. Like I gotta get up to the camera to see how my fate work. What? I gotta walk up and say how my fate works. Nah, man, come on, man. I gotta go back to my seat and I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna learn my lesson. But my lesson is what? Understanding the person. But sometimes I walk away because I don't give a crap about the situation. What I care about is my mental health and how I'm gonna reflect on somebody else. How I'm gonna develop my community, how I'm gonna give back to my community, how I'm gonna develop that change. Back in the day, right? When we were broke, we always broke and we had nothing in life. No, let's be honest. We was all broke, we had nothing in life. And back in the day, what we had to do to make something ourselves? Back in the day, we had to go steal Pampers and make sure our kids is all right. We had, no. They ain't had no welfare back in the day. Welfare came along in 1990s, right? And if it wasn't for immigration, if it wasn't for certain type of people that run our country, we wouldn't be a country today. You feel what I'm saying? If it wasn't for the people that develop mental health, we wouldn't have a mental health state of mind today. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to understand, we can't talk about certain people before we get to understand what it is that we are grateful for. We can't deliberate what it is. We can't deliberate because you want to walk off and say, I'm going to walk away. I'm gonna get up. I'm going to walk up the stage. I'm like, okay. And when I come back, I'm sitting back. I come back now. I'm sitting back now. I'm like, oh, I'm back. I'm back and I'm gonna try not to do that. That's disrespectful for you to walk off, right? But when I come back on the show, that's the respect right there. Because I have respect. But people have to get up and walk off the show and say, oh, I have to go. I have to end the show. I'm going out. No. Because you don't have the respect for your fans. You know what I'm saying? You're juggling this. But you're juggling this. But you're not focusing on this. You're juggling this. But you're not focusing on this part. You allow this to get in the way of this. You allow this to get you in the way of what you're believing for. You allow the certain stances of your life to get you to grasp of what you're believing for. Because you're allowing yourself to think that your reflection comes from your body image. No. It's coming from your mind, for you to see it, for you to understand, for you to grasp it better. Excuse me. But what? And I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna do me, and I'm mental health, and I'm gonna do me then. So I'm gonna focus on my mental health show, and I'm gonna do me, because at the end of the day, I don't need to hear what you have to say. I'm gonna do me. I'm a double up. I'm gonna do me. You know what I'm saying? You're juggling from this, and you're doing this. And you're not putting this into practice of this. Because you allow yourself to develop in what you're believing for. Well, now you want to walk up the stage, you want to drop the mic and walk off. What's that? But what's that though? You dropping the mic and walk the hell off like what? How your reflection work? What? What? I'm out. What? How your affection work? How your affection? Because you acting like Grandpa Earl. Grandpa will say, I don't know how I got here, But I know that I got here from my mental health wise, and I could feel how I feel, and I could do what I can do. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it though. But if I feel it though, I'm gonna feel it though. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna look at my life like we ain't church we not in church though. I'm gonna part it right. We're not in church though, but we in the mental health show though. We in the territory of the relationship with the revelation power of the power of the tools. But you talk about show, you talk about it's too much excitement here. And we ain't doing this. We ain't doing this. We ain't doing this. Right, we not doing that. We're doing the speaking of the teaching of your lifestyle. That's what we're doing. We ain't doing all that. No, we're gonna rebuke all that. Get that out of here. We ain't doing how your relationship, how your reflection work. What? What? Get out. Yo, no. Come back here. Come back here. How your relationship work? What happened? What happened? Oh, I can't hear you. What you said? Oh man, the person probably what person you talking to? They deaf. They don't understand what you're saying because you're talking to a wall of people that doesn't understand you. But when you're talking to your headphones, they understand you on your headphones better than when you're talking to them in person. Because when you talk to them in person, what? I can't understand what you're saying. I'm gasping it. What? Come on, like I'm gasping. What? No, you ain't gasping. What you doing? You walking up the stage like, oh, I'm gonna drop the mic. Oh, I'm gonna dub it out. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna dub it. I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna run it like a track star. And then when I go hard, I gotta go hard. You feel what I'm saying? But when I go hard, it's like, yo, I'm done. I'm coming off the stage right now. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna roll it. But when I talk to you, it's about developing and gasping your life. But your lifestyle have to change because you have to make that change. And your reflection is how your faith works. But your faith works in different ways. But you gotta understand, you gotta understand different ways is how you jump to conclusion. You say, oh, I'm jumping I'm jumping this direction. You ain't gonna fight nobody but yourself. Why you fighting? Why you wanna be a fighter? When you wanna be goofy? Oh, you wanna be goofy? Bye. Get out. You want me? Bye. Get out. See you later. Don't be goofy. Bye. Oh, you want to be judged and show the ring. Bye. You want to be judged because you engage and you getting married. Bye. Let the person who have a mental health lifestyle get engaged and get married too. Yes, what I'm saying? You got to understand, you can't be jealous of somebody because you're jealous of your own life. Because you allow your mental health to deteriorate what your reflection is. You allow people to say, all right, I'm gonna do me. Okay, I'm judged because you're married. Oh, who cares that you're married? You think about yourself, but you're not thinking about the person's feelings, how the person may feel. You want to make fun of somebody because you don't know nothing. And how your faith works, how your reflection work. I see you dressing up nice. You getting married today? Oh, what? You getting married today? Who you married to? I see you. I see you getting married there. But at the end of the day, you have to understand your victory and your understanding of what your faith is and how your input is. But my input is this one. I'm gonna talk about, my life is about I'm living it. Oh, I'm doing the harm shake. I'm like, and we're friends, we friends, friends, and I'm going to go closer to you. Oh, baby girl, friends. Exactly. I'm gonna do a little Harlem shake with that. Oh, I'm gonna double that. I'm gonna run it like a track star. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna run it though. But I'm not gonna sing that song. It's friends, they're friends, nah. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna make y'all laugh. Cause I make y'all the edge of the seat, yo. I make y'all the seat. For yeah, we back now. All right, we back, guys. Thank you, guys. I'm back. So let's do this very quickly. All right, we got some. Input 1. I want to create it. Create the drum auto. Alright, let's master it. So this is like a lit track right here. Like try to like master it a little bit. So do like a guitar right there. Oof, 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 oof. Oh, let's like sound like the little guitar real quick. That's a light. That's a light. Da 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 da. Alright, let's do the like the light. Alrighty. Let's try to be. Try it real quick. Try it. Let's master it real quick. Alright. So input the. What you call it? Ooh. Bam. Alright, this is good. So I'm gonna try to like do this studio small one. Alright, so trying to record it to see if I could get the that side, get the tune right. Track, let's see. Alright, so I wanna add something on there. No input. Alright, correct. No input. Hold on. Let me go back. Wait, how you go back? No, go back. Go back. Alright. I'm gonna try it. Delete this real quick because this is not. Alright. I'm gonna add a track. I put no input connected to the master play the effects. I created it. Alright, that's right. Sharp chorus. Alright, ready? Alright. We're gonna play from the top. Let's get the recording on. Let's go. There's no input selected. Alright. I'm gonna play it on this and see if I could get it. I'm gonna try to get it on this and see if I could connect it. Let's see how this goes. Alright, I'm gonna try to get the guitar on here. I got it before, I don't know how. Go back to track, okay. Input, control, alright, let's input mic, okay, input record level, alright, compression amount, here, turn it off, on, okay. Sensor, let's just do it. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da. Stop it right there. Let's try it one more time. to delete that because that was a good track, but try like. So we'll try to go out to the library and see if we could get like a Alright, so I'm gonna try to get that. Try it one more time. Compressor on. Let's master it. Alright, so let's try it on. Bye. Test it, one check. Test it, one check. Let's just fix this way. Might check 1 2. Might check 1 2. Mental health. Alright. Let's try it one more time. Let's get this shit. So, mental health. Alright, let's go. Mental health as a struggle. I like this one. Alright, so play. Let's do like a ice. Let's do like a let's do like a. Ready? Test it 1 2. Can't hear the mic. Yeah, my fella. Test it 1 2. Test it 1 2. Mic check 1 2 2. Mic check 1 2 2. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Checking, checking. Alright, let's do it. Ba 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 da. Alright. Oh, come. Gotta do it again. Delete this track right here. Try like check. Alright, so I'm trying to like work out something. See what Alright, let's cut. Ready?